Hello and a very good evening to all the listeners who are here today watching this session. Today we are going to do about a session, right? That's a small session we are going to do about novels, right? Some good reads, some novels which are there and that we would be knowing about. We'll be studying about, but not studying basically. So I'm going to give you some reviews about some of the books there which are out available in the market, some of the novels, some of the books that might interest you. And while when we are preparing for the exams and when we are stressed out, so you can take a break, you can relax, and instead of, if you are not such a sports person, you don't want to go out, you don't want to play, so there are books, right? Rightly said that books are a man's best friend. So you can take a break, have some of the novels or some of the books, and you can read those books, right? And the books are interesting, that are going to really transport you to some other place where you can refresh your mind, right? Away from the stress of the exam that is there, if it is there. I do hope it's not there. So yes, you can clear it all out with these some books. Even if not, like I'm not even talking about ke exam ka stress hai, aisa kuch hai. Even if you just want to have a good read. So let me present you some of the novels which are available there in the market where you would love to read them, right? Some interesting novels. वैसे तो hello Shubham, very good evening to you. वैसे तो बहुत सारी books available हैं market में. I've brought you 5 to 7 books here which I'm sure you would love to read. These books are, they do not have an age boundary कि a teenager can read them, or an adult could read them, or an old person should read them, right? When you are of like a teenager to till 70s, 80s, 90s, whenever you can read these books, right? They are full of humor, then they are full of those things that maybe they are happening in and around us. So Srinjal, a very good evening to you. So this is a free session, right? This is a break from studies session today that we are going to have here. Before I start my session, we need to just announce something, and I need to let you know something, things about what we are offering in CLAT in this week. It's a special prize week, and this comes again where you are getting an off of 10%, plus there is an additional 10% off on the subscriptions that you want to take, right? And this offer is valid only for this week, till 17th of September. So please do make note that if you are planning to take any subscription, do it quickly. And here you will see so many offers, so many subscriptions that are there. I will move ahead with the class. So what are the features when you are there on the Unacademy app? You can raise your hand, you can talk to the educators, that is, you can talk to us, right? And we are not just like studies, so the sessions are not boring. It's not always a study. See, we are going to have a fun session today, right? Opportunities to learn from the best educators and some NLU alumni. You can create your own quizzes there, right? And you can invite your friends to attend those quiz. There are some weekly events where you can proper strategies मिल सकती हैं, NLU के hands on experiences मिल सकते हैं NLU alumni के. And it is anytime, anywhere. You can watch the live sessions, or you can also you also have an access to the recorded sessions, right? Then there are mock tests taken weekly and even daily, sectional tests which are taken daily, so that you know where you stand there. Now, so there is a batch coming up which starts on 15th of September. It is Absolute Law 1.0. It's a 1-year course, and these would be your educators for the complete 1 year, right? These are your educators who would be teaching you there for complete 1 year. It starts on 15th of September, right? Absolute Law 1.0. Next is Legally Rooted 3.0. This is a beginner's batch for CLAT, MAH, CET, BLAT 2023. Beginner's batch hai, so it is for, obviously it's for 2 years. A complete course would be done here. It starts from 17th of September, and it is a 2-year course available both in Hindi as well as in English, and these would be your tutors there, educators. Special classes of the week. Talking about my special classes, I take the special classes right from 7 to 8 o'clock in the evening daily, right? And some of the sessions are held in the afternoon also. And when you will type my code there, that is Purvi Live, you will come to know about all the classes that are lined there. Topics that we are going through, we are taking basic arithmetic topics right now. So these are the topics that are going on. Like for example, I've taken percentages today. 7 to 8 we will be learning about square roots and cube roots. So these are some subscriptions. These are available right from 1 month to 24 months, that is 1 month to 2 year complete. And if you use my code Purvi Live, you are going to get an additional 10% discount there, right? So you are having so many offers, and you know what are the discounts there available for you. You can use the code and make use of this 10% discount also. About quiz, I've already told you, okay, you can launch your own quiz, you can host your own quiz, ask your friends to join, and you can have fun there. Like पढ़ाई में आप मजे भी कर सकते हैं, right? You can have compete with each other, so this way, and earn points there, earn credit points. Then Unacademy takes a ULAT, that is Unacademy Law Aptitude Test. This happens at on every Saturday 11 a.m. 60 minutes, 60 questions, and there are 60 marks, right? And then there is a weekly T20 test. It's a quick 20-minute revision test for everyday practice, and Monday to Friday हर सब्जेक्ट के अलग अलग टेस्ट होते हैं, right? English, quantitative techniques, logical reasoning, legal aptitude, CA and GK, and this is open for everybody. If you like today's session, and also if you like the videos that we are giving to you, please do hit the like button, and please subscribe to Unacademy CLAT channel that's there on YouTube. So let me start with today's session. Why are we talking about novels, right? Those students who just say कि नहीं मुझे तो बुक्स पढ़ना ही अच्छा नहीं लगता, मैं अपनी कोर्स की बुक पढ़ लेता हूँ, ये मेरे लिए बहुत होता है. Come on, try reading a novel once, right? The books that I've got to here, the list that I have, they're not only novels, they're also some of the good read books, right? I've not taken any self-help books because, come on, self-help books, so many books are there available in the market. I've got you something that is going to transport you away from the studies that we are doing normally. So the first book in the list is Three Men in a Boat. What is Three Men in a Boat? It's written by Jerome K. Jerome. So what he writes here, there are three men there are three friends here, and that book is a very enjoyable read, right? It has a rating of almost 4.4 available, whether you see it on Good Book Reads and Amazon or on other review channels. It's either 4.0 to 4.5, like this is its range. It's a very good book. It is about three friends, Harris, George and Jerome, and they are off in their boat, right from in a hired boat that starts, the journey starts from the Thames, and while on the boat they go through many adventures. Now what are the adventures? That you will come to know when you read this book. It's a very interesting book, and the students who are watching the session, if you have any problem or if you want to know something about some of the book, you can definitely write it here to me, right? मैम कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग बुक्स में तो हैरी पॉटर भी आती है. आई नो, लाइक दैट इज अ बुक आई हैव नॉट इंक्लूडेड देयर इन माय सेशन बिकॉज that's a book that completely transports you off. That is something that's very common. So in the end I'll give you those names also, जो कि books तो शायद हमें एक बार पढ़नी ही चाहिए, whether we are a good reader or not, या whether हम नॉवल वाले इंसान हैं, नॉवल पढ़ने वाले इंसान हैं या नहीं है. कुछ बुक्स ऐसी हैं जो हमें पढ़नी ही चाहिए, बिकॉज you know, एक चीज होती है, एक तरीका होता है, the way the people are writing the book, the way their mind works. Just have a look at it. It's the beauty of the human brain, how much we can think, right? And if you are not such a novel person, there are some of the books जिनकी movies भी available है. For example, Harry Potter की तो पूरी series है, you can watch that also, right? Then there are some books on vampires which we usually don't prefer telling here, but they are interesting. You might have heard about the Twilight and all, right? Next, this is a movie. अगर आपने नॉवल का नाम नहीं सुना होगा, 110% आपने इसकी मूवी जरूर देखी होगी. द क्रॉनिकल्स ऑफ नार्निया. books are more interesting than the, obviously more interesting and very much detailed than the movie that we see. In this case, even the movie is beautifully made. Lekin, when you're talking about the novel, do read it. You will find there's some more details here. So it's a tale about 4 kids there who, who are sent to a foster home. They are sent there, and there they, they're playing cricket, and they hit the ball, and to hide from the person there, they go and hide in a cupboard, and that cupboard leads to the adventures of Narnia. If you have not read it, I'm not spoiling it for you. Just go read this book. This is a beautifully written book. And many of you would prefer watching the movie. Go watch the movie. Even the movie has been written, movie has been directed very beautifully. You will love the effects there. It's almost it's like reality happening there, right? Beautifully written book and a more beautiful movie there. So what are those 4 kids they're discovering? It's basically a tale of family who is discovering the love that they have for each other. It's a family book, I would say. It's a family novel, I would say, and a very well written book. Next, I'll come on to an international bestseller by Tina Fey, Bossypants. Now, you must, by the name, it looks like a kya novel hogi ye Bossypants. Let me tell you about it. Is the way Tina Fey finds comedy in those things which we might find offending, right? So what is happening here? It's not basically a complete fiction. It is kind of an autobiography by Tina Fey. Tina Fey was just a young little girl, and she had a dream. So a recurring stress dream that she was being chased by a local at a local airport, by her middle school gym teacher. She also had a dream that one day she would be a comedian on TV. Well, on TV or not on TV, but yes, she is definitely writing some good books there. A masterpiece in comedy writing, and right, the moment you start reading, you are just going to love the book there. So there are a number of situations there, and there are a number of things in which there is an inclusion of culture, of social expectations, and what other people want you to do or expect you to do, and how you are not always not always in agreement with those people. Okay, no, we are in agreement of those people. What people expect from us, right? लोग हमसे कुछ expectation रखते हैं, हम शायद उनकी वो expectation पूरी नहीं करते हैं. How she has written in a beautifully funny way there. Just go and read this book. So by Tina Fey, Bossypants. Next, I come on to basically this novel. The next I'm going to talk about, this is a novel by J.D. Salinger, and this is a novel that people are like 50% people would say no, that's a bad novel, we don't like it at all, and 50% would say what a beautifully written novel, right? What it is about a boy who is trying to find himself, right? His innocence, and though it doesn't end even nicely for him there, the boy is mostly confused, and he's just trying to find himself, but there is an innocence in the book that you would want to read there. Again, I would say it's for all the age groups. It's a novel that even you are really good in English, you'll have to sit with a dictionary, right? A very good novel, a very nicely written novel, and hundreds and millions of copies of this have already been sold, and still more copies of this book are being sold every day, I would say. It was first basically published in 1951, so that old book it is, but still it's very interesting, and still it is getting published. And so basically it rotates about the life of a 16-year-old, right, and how he tries to find a meaning of his own life, right, after he is expelled from his prep school. What he tries to find out, learn about himself, that is all about this book holds. Right, have a look at the novel there, have a look at the book. I'm sure you would find it interesting or not, I'm not sure about that. So do write it in the comment. If you someday read it, do write it in the comment box how you found it, right? Some people would say it was very interesting. And the more you grow, suppose you are a teenager, you are 18 and you are trying to read it, it is possible you might not find it interesting, right? And when you are like 25, 26, 30, something like that, you will find this book very interesting. So let me come on to the next novel. The next one is To Kill a Mockingbird. There might not be a single person who might not have heard about this book. So what is this book about? I'll go through it very quickly. It is narrated by Scout Finch. She's a 6-year-old tomboy who lives with her father and the brother. Right, the father is Atticus and he is a lawyer by profession. He takes a case where he has to defend a black person, and you know, he is very much he takes a case where he has very little very little chances of winning. So everything that is described by the little eyes of a 6-year-old is what is there in this novel. So To Kill a Mockingbird, it's a winner of the Pulitzer Prize there. Have a look at the book, right? It's very interesting, and it's a tale basically of tolerance, empathy and understanding that the two kids learn from their father. It's a very interesting book. Have a look there at the book. The next novel that is in line is Let's Pretend This Never Happened. There are many situations in our lives. It was written by Jenny Lawson. So I was talking about that there are many situations in our lives that we really don't want to, sometimes, you know, our mind doesn't want to accept कि ये कुछ हुआ है, and we'll say let's pretend that never happened. But Mrs. Jenny, so this is basically you cannot say an autobiography, you can say a memoir, right? Mrs. Jenny is basically a blogger who turned to internet after she found out that she suffers from an anxiety disorder there, right? So there is basically so she, you know, she writes there, the blogs she writes there, and these are even the blogs are very interesting. And this, what she's written about, it's about let's pretend this never happened, the events that, you know, that we have to deal with daily. So there the husband and her daughter teaches her, or, you know, help to accept those events and to come out as a new person, right? They help them, or they help the daughter and the husband, they help the woman to uncover the surprising discovery, right? The surprising discovery that the most terrible human experiences give us, and how can even those events change you there. Next, I'm coming on to, this is not basically a novel, this is basically 101 essays that will change the way you think, right? Written by Brianna West. What is there in this? It will keep you calm, right? It will help you discover yourself. What do you want to, you know, what do you want to achieve? So I would recommend this novel to those people who are, or to those students who really want to find themselves out, who want to, you know, focus on the present, right? It jolts you out to come out of the dreamland in which most of the teenagers are even in fact there. Come there in the present, face the present there basically. So the people who do not have some sense of direction, that what do we want to achieve in life, I would recommend those people to read this book. Definitely, this is a good read. Again, after this, I would say there are some of the books that leave an imprint on your mind, like for always. For example, there is the book, all the books of Harry Potter series. Then you know, some other books which are really good to read. And your Game of Thrones, you have already seen. There are some of the movies, some of the novels जिन movies भी बन चुकी है. So that way it becomes very interesting, right? Do read these novels, and I'll open the chat box is open there. Do write me how you have liked these books, right? I've shown you some of the best books there which you can read, which you can enjoy, which will help you get transport from that little bit stress if you are feeling of studies, of the exams, or in general in life. If you are a teenager, right from 12, 13 and so on, or if you are an 80-year-old, the books that are mentioned here, everybody can read those books, and they are really a worth read there. So that was all for the session. More such sessions would be coming up from my side, not only for books, some of the interesting novels also, and then some of the interesting topics that you are really need you need to do for the preparation of CLAT exams. I basically teach quants there, quantitative techniques. So all my special, so you can have a look at the classes that I take on the you can join me on the special classes on Unacademy platform. So basically Unacademy, so why those special classes, right? Why do you want to attend these special classes? First of all, they are free. You can raise your hand, you can talk to me, you can talk to the other educators when you're attending their classes. What you need to do is, you just need to download the Unacademy app there and install it. Then you can search me by my name, Purvi Live there, and all my special classes which are lined. For example, one class is there at present at 7:30 at 7 o'clock only. You can just attend that class. They're absolutely free. You don't have to pay anything to attend the special classes on Unacademy. And yes, so there are basically, मैं यही बोलूँगी कि केवल पढ़ाई के सेशंस ही नहीं होते हैं वहाँ पे. If you want to know some more things about novels, something about books, something about how to prepare for your exam, there are special sessions basically taken over कि how to prepare for your exam, how to know your exam, because students sometimes go and they are not even prepared for the exam, और कुछ change हो जाता है. There is some change in the syllabus, so maybe sometimes they are not very clear with it. So you will get a whole a package there where you can start preparing right from scratch. So that was all for today. Do write me how the novels that I described here, the 7 novels that I described here, how you liked it, if you read them, and do read them. So that was all for today's session. Bye bye, take care, have a good day everyone.